A massive, slow-moving storm system is churning in the Atlantic, its swirling clouds stretching for hundreds of kilometers. Meteorologists have been tracking its progress for days, watching as it gathers strength and moisture over the open ocean. Now this powerful system is poised to unleash relentless rainfall across Western Europe, threatening to overwhelm cities and countryside alike. The skies are darkening, and the first drops are already beginning to fall in some regions. Forecasters warn of dangerous conditions and significant disruptions to daily life. Transportation networks, power supplies, and communication lines could all be affected as the storm intensifies. Unlike a typical storm, this system will linger, sending wave after wave of heavy rain for days. The slow movement means rainfall totals could reach record levels, with little time for the land to recover between downpours. The ground will quickly become saturated, setting the stage for widespread flooding. Fields and forests, already soaked from previous rains, have little capacity left to absorb more water. Gentle streams could become raging torrents, swelling rapidly and threatening to burst their banks with little warning. Low-lying areas and city streets may turn into lakes, as drainage systems struggle to cope with the deluge. Europe's vulnerability to extreme weather is on full display. Some regions face drought, others now face deluge. The contrast is stark, with parched earth just kilometers away from flooded fields. The balance of the water cycle is being disrupted, and water's destructive power is about to be felt. Infrastructure, homes, and livelihoods are all at risk as rivers overflow and floodwaters surge through communities. The focus now is on immediate action to protect lives and property. Emergency services are mobilizing and residents are being urged to prepare for possible evacuation. Meteorologists' warnings are urgent. This is not a typical autumn storm. The scale and intensity are unprecedented for this time of year, and authorities are urging everyone to stay informed. Forecast maps show extreme rainfall totals, especially in deep red and purple zones. These areas are expected to see the heaviest downpours, with some locations potentially receiving a month's worth of rain in just a few days. For communities in the storm's path, anxiety is high. The question is not if flooding will happen, but how severe it will be. Families are sandbagging doors, moving valuables to higher ground, and bracing for the worst. This is a critical moment demanding coordinated response from authorities and citizens. Local governments, emergency responders, and volunteers are working around the clock to prepare for the storm's impact. The time for action is now. As the storm approaches, every effort counts in the fight to protect lives, homes, and communities from the coming flood. Far out in the Atlantic Ocean, a powerful low-pressure system is stalled, acting as an anchor and disrupting the usual flow of weather patterns across the region. This system is drawing in vast amounts of tropical moisture, feeding on the warm waters and building up energy as it lingers. The result is a powerful atmospheric river, a concentrated corridor of moisture, funneling relentless rain directly toward Europe, especially the Iberian Peninsula, the British Isles, and Northern Europe. While France, Belgium, and the Netherlands will experience steady rainfall, the heaviest and most persistent bands are set to target Portugal, Spain, Ireland, and Norway, putting these regions at particular risk. The real danger lies in the storm's persistence. Rainfall will intensify and continue through the week, with each passing day compounding the impacts and increasing the risk of flooding. Rivers will be pushed beyond their limits, swelling rapidly and threatening to overflow their banks, while already saturated hillsides face a growing risk of landslides and collapse. Along the coast, the threat is even greater, not just from relentless rain, but from powerful, gusty winds and high seas, which will increase the risk of coastal erosion and dangerous storm surges. Travel will become hazardous as roads flood and visibility drops, and communities along the Atlantic coast will face a multi-pronged assault from water, wind, and waves. The sheer scale and intensity of this system is impressive, even to seasoned meteorologists, who are closely monitoring its every move and warning of its potential for widespread disruption. This is not a one-day event, but a prolonged siege, an extended period of unsettled, dangerous weather that will test the resilience of communities across Europe. The Atlantic's fury is now fully aimed at Europe's shores, bringing with it the threat of flooding, wind damage, and coastal impacts. A difficult and challenging week lies ahead, as residents and emergency workers brace for the full force of this persistent weather threat. Nowhere is the threat more severe, or the sense of urgency more palpable, than on the Iberian Peninsula, where millions of people are watching the skies with growing concern. This region, home to both Portugal and Spain, is directly in the path of the most powerful storm system seen in years. Meteorologists warn that Portugal and Spain are set to receive the most intense, sustained rainfall, over 200 millimeters in some areas by Thursday, with even heavier downpours possible as the storm lingers. Rivers like the Douro, Tagus, and Guadiana will swell rapidly, rising to dangerous levels and putting low-lying communities at extreme risk of flash flooding and inundation. Authorities are urging residents to stay away from waterways, heed all warnings, and be ready to evacuate at a moment's notice if conditions worsen. The hills and mountains, already saturated from previous storms, are especially vulnerable to mudslides and landslides as the soil becomes dangerously unstable. Landslides can destroy homes, block vital roads, and threaten lives in an instant, leaving entire communities isolated or in peril. From Lisbon to Madrid, the next days demand vigilance and preparation. Schools may close, public events could be cancelled, and transport will be disrupted as authorities work to keep people safe. Power outages are likely, with strong winds and flooding threatening electrical infrastructure and leaving neighborhoods in the dark. Emergency services are on high alert, preparing for rapid response to any crisis that may arise as the storm intensifies. This is a life-threatening event. Everyone must take it seriously. Prepare for the worst, stay informed, and look out for your neighbors as the Iberian Peninsula faces this unprecedented challenge. The storm's reach extends north, with the UK and Ireland already seeing rain sweep in. Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland face the heaviest downpours, over 100 millimeters in some areas. While England may avoid the worst, travel disruptions and local flooding are likely. The Scottish Highlands and Welsh Mountains could see rivers and streams pushed to their limits. The system's northern flank brings heavy rain to Norway's fjords, risking floods and landslides. Scandinavia will see rain, and higher elevations may get snow, complicating the situation. Meanwhile, Germany and Eastern Europe remain mostly dry, shielded from the Atlantic moisture. The Balkans and Eastern Mediterranean will see rain from a separate system. One massive storm is creating a patchwork of extremes across Europe. Floods bring more than just water. Property damage, displacement, and emotional toll are immediate. Landslides are a hidden danger, especially in steep regions, moving with speed and force. Flooded roads and railways can isolate communities, hampering emergency response. Power and communication outages add to the chaos, while contaminated water supplies pose health risks. After the flood, mud and debris, often hazardous, remain, creating long-term cleanup challenges. Mold thrives in damp conditions, threatening respiratory health. The process of rebuilding is long and costly. The impact of a flood lingers for months, even years. Transportation, utilities, and daily life are all disrupted. The dangers extend far beyond the initial deluge. Recovery is a marathon, not a sprint. The true cost of flooding is measured in both damage and resilience. Is climate change to blame? While weather is variable, scientists agree a warmer planet means more frequent, intense storms. A warmer atmosphere holds more moisture, fueling heavier rainfall. This week's deluge in Iberia matches climate model predictions for a hotter world. Slow-moving systems may be linked to changes in the jet stream, influenced by Arctic warming. Europe faces a climate of extremes: droughts in summer, floods in autumn and winter. Managing water resources becomes harder as weather whiplash intensifies. Infrastructure for drought is different from that for floods, challenging governments. The storms battering Europe are now stronger and wetter. These are not rare events, they're becoming the new normal. Adapting is essential to protect lives and communities. Cities must invest in robust long-term flood defenses, levees, dikes, flood walls, and improved drainage. Nature-based solutions are key. Green spaces, permeable pavements, and restored wetlands absorb excess water. These strategies reduce flood risk and enhance urban life. Technology and smart planning matter. Advanced forecasting and early warning save lives. Cities can lower reservoir levels, close floodgates, and pre-position emergency resources. Flood modeling helps target vulnerable neighborhoods and guide safer development. Building resilience means integrating water management into all urban planning. Combining gray and green infrastructure is vital. Investment in science and technology is non-negotiable. The cities that adapt now will fare best in a wetter future. The time to act is before the next storm. Community safety during floods often depends on individual preparedness. Stay informed, monitor official warnings, and know the difference between a flood watch and a warning. Prepare your home, have sandbags ready, move valuables upstairs, and know how to shut off utilities. Assemble an emergency kit with water, food, first aid, medications, flashlights, and chargers. Include supplies for children, pets, and those with special needs. Have an evacuation plan. Know routes to higher ground and a family meeting place. Follow evacuation orders immediately. Hesitation can be deadly. Personal action combined with official guidance strengthens the whole community. Prepared individuals make for resilient neighborhoods. Flood readiness is a shared responsibility. Take control where you can and trust the experts. Together, we weather the storm. The days ahead will be tough for many in Portugal, Spain, the UK, and beyond. Rising waters and disruption are daunting, but the human spirit is resilient. Emergency services, utility workers, and neighbors will step up, showing solidarity in crisis. Acts of kindness and cooperation shine brightest in dark times. Climate change is a huge challenge, but we are not powerless. Building better defenses, smarter systems, and preparing families all make a difference. Every action, big or small, moves us toward resilience. As the storm bears down, let's face it with determination, not despair. Heed warnings, take precautions, and look out for one another. Storms pass, and the sun returns. We rebuild, learn, and grow stronger. Together we will meet this test and emerge more prepared for the future.